Monday show coming. Give it a like and share the link.
when a Jew rules the world, and that's speaking about Jesus.
When a Jew rules the world, what the Bible really says about Israel in the plan of God.
In his new book, When a Jew Rules the World, what the Bible really says about Israel in the plan of God.
When Jesus comes back, he will restore the throne of David. The throne of David is the Jewish monarchy. It's their Jewish royal dynasty. Jesus is coming back to restore that kingdom over which he will rule the whole earth. He's going to rule from Jerusalem, from Israel. You can't get any more Jewish than that.
Jesus, the one that we all worship, is coming back to restore the royal Davidic Jewish monarchy that will rule the entire world. The Jewish royal monarchy will be restored, and it will rule over all the nations. That's what the Bible teaches, including the New Testament, including Jesus. It's time to not just put the Israeli flag on the front of your house, but it's time to stand in solidarity with those that were hardened in order that we, a bunch of stupid pagans, separate from the covenants, strangers, aliens, but now by grace we've been brought in. And there's a debt of gratitude. There's a debt that we owe God's people as we claim to worship the God of Israel, claim to worship the Messiah of Israel, claim to be grafted into the covenants of Israel and the hope of Israel. We have to stand with the people of Israel as well.
Paul clearly says, you who are Gentiles, before you came to faith, you were without God, without hope. Before your family became believers, you were pagans. You didn't have any hope. Before you were introduced to the God of Israel, to Jesus, the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua, you were a Gentile. You were a pagan. You were without hope, without God in the world. And this was our place. And he says, but now by grace you've been grafted in, as you said, to the tree of Israel. And he says, but just because you've been grafted in by grace, don't you become arrogant. Don't you look down on those that were broken off in order that you blind Gentile could come in. We need to be calling the Jewish people back to the God of Israel, back to their Messiah. It's the Jewish Messiah that brought us into this relationship with them, and that's our duty. It's our mandate is to bring them back to Him as well.
How can we stand with the Jewish people in the days ahead? That's really what we need to be asking ourselves. As you treated the least of these my brethren, my countrymen, that's how you treated me. And He'll actually judge the nations on that day based on how they treated the Jewish people, Jesus' brethren. Jesus will ultimately be enthroned as the King of Israel and ultimately the King of the world.
I am a Gentile worshiper of the God of Israel, and my hope is in the God of Israel sending forth His Jewish Messiah to restore the Jewish kingdom. That's my gospel. Some Christians believe that Jesus will come back and reign on the earth, but then they remove any Jewish characteristics of His reign. The scriptures are clear that not only does He come back to restore the earth, and we have resurrected physical bodies, but that kingdom that He will establish will be thoroughly Jewish. But let's just call it what it is. It's the restoration of the Jewish monarchy that will rule over the earth. So you get all these conspiracy theorists that go, the Jews rule the world. No, they don't. But someday a Jew will rule the world. He's still Jewish. He's coming back as a Jew in a physical Jewish body. And all nations will bow down to Him.
That is the one world government. That is the new world order. Everybody worshiping the Jew and the law coming forth from Zion.
A Jew will rule the world. That's Jesus from Jerusalem.
Wow, powerful new intro video, super edit there from See Through It All. I think John's made one with the same song possibly as well, John Garadas. That was amazing. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. How are you all doing? Huge show today. Riding solo. We got the JNS conference, the Jewish News Syndicate conference. Netanyahu's there. A bunch of Shabbos Goy Christian clips are there from See Through It All. We've got Rabbi Mizrachi calling Sneeko a clown. Some kosher Noahide Sneeko clips. We've got some Vatican First Catholic E-Crusader clips. Some disinfo slopposition, kosher controlled opposition stuff. So much to cover today. Only made possible thanks to you guys and the support. powerchat.live/knowmorenews. That is pinned to the top of the live chat of Rumble. You guys like the new intro? This is the lost Michelangelo fresco, recently discovered, Jesus cleansing the temple scene by Michelangelo. This is how they envisioned their white Aryan Jesus flipping the money changers' tables with his whip. Masterpiece, true masterpiece. Looks a little familiar. His eyes are blue, and he's not a Jew. Yeshua was a Rasta. Joel Richardson. This is true, too. No Christian's going to dispute this. Oh, we were evil pagans, and now we're waiting for the Jewish Messiah. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, starting with Netanyahu at the International Policy Summit. I swear they just had one of these. Has it already been a year since the last time? Or does JNS hold another conference? There's new Jewish conferences to clip up every 3 times a week.
That led eventually to, and let me tell you how anti-Semitism works down the ages. Ever since we lost our country and we became defenseless, we were defenseless not only against physical attack, but against the vilifications that often and always preceded them. So we were faced in one country with such vilifications, and that led eventually to either one of 2 things, either exile or massacre. And then we went to another country, and we faced exactly the same thing. After the vituperations and vilifications, that we're poisoning the wells, that we drink the blood of slain children, that we carry vermin. And by the way, these are the exact lies.
Do not I always talk about this? The blood libels of the drinking the blood and the adrenochrome and killing God and all of these things. Then they stand up on stage and they go, they've always hated us for no reason everywhere. So this justifies their victimhood, their persecution status. They're waging war and always defending themselves. Yeah, I've never heard of the carrying vermin. Was that a thing? People claim they had fleas or something?
The blood of slain children, that we carry vermin. And by the way, these are the exact lies that continued right up to the Nazi Holocaust. Exactly the lies.
See, that's what that leads to. America's 1930s Germany. It looks just like another Holocaust is about to happen, like Greenblatt's book. Okay, I think he says rise and kill first, too.
People told us. I think the greatest achievement we have made is to break through the barrier of fear. For years, people told us, you cannot attack the soil of Iran. Yes, you can do Mossad operations, and we did, quite a few. I authorized many. But you cannot send our military to Iran. But we changed that. We sent our brave pilots over the skies of Iran, and they took out targets, regime targets, terror targets, missile batteries, missile production sites, and nuclear sites. We changed Israel's security doctrine. We initiate, we attack, we surprise, and we attack those enemies that seek our destruction, that seek to kill us. We attack them before they have a chance to do so. If you know Hebrew, Hakam lo hashkem lo, kill them first.
Wow. Didn't they, when we say that, they say it's an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory when we say the Talmud tells them to rise and kill first. You see, so this is the thing. Oh, the blood libels, the Esau hates you, it's a law of nature, and oh, the evil empire is always oppressing and persecuting. So if that's the justification that the whole world always hates them for no reason, and then the takeaway from that is wage war by deception and rise and kill first, it's a permanent war on the non-Jewish world that's against their Torah agenda. That's what the dichotomy it sets up. And the low IQ, kosher, Christian, controlled op talking points, like you killed God, you drink baby blood, gives them the out, gives them that narrative. You become the villain, they become the persecuted victim. And that's how the cycle works. British Colonel Kemp to Jewish News Syndicate Summit in Jerusalem speaks as a goy, as a mere goy. Oh my
Not
gosh.
just I speak as a goy, a mere goy. The Jews were put on the face of the earth to be a light unto nations. And they are...
See, this is the problem with believing the Bible. The light to the nations. He's Jewish?
Israel is being that light in defense of its own country. And I think most particularly...
They're the light to the nations by defending themselves, by what, bombing all their neighbors? By ethnically cleansing Gaza? That's the light to the nations? Dude, the groveling. British Army commander, Jesus.
Defense of its own country. And I think most particularly, not just in military technology, but in the way in which those extraordinary men and women of the IDF have shown the world how to fight. And many countries in Western Europe, which are going to face this violence, will.
The light to the nations is like usually interpreted as like bringing blessings and the knowledge of God to the world, not showing the world how to rise and kill first and destroy all your neighbors and your...
Yeah, patience and restraint are often seen as core.
Hold on. I turned on the voice. I was going to ask if this guy was a Christian. Yo, Eve, is Commander Colonel Richard Kemp, K-E-M-P, is he a Christian?
Optics Prime sent $0 on Abe Light onto the nations.
Yeah. A shadow on the nations. He's a Christian, practicing Catholic. A real Catholic. This is how real Catholics sound, actually. Another Christian with military power. Christian, military influence. Huge Jew shill. Crazy level of Jew. Jordan Peterson level, you're the light to my nations.
And a light unto nations. And Israel is being that light in defense of its own country. And I think most particularly, not just in military technology, but in the way in which those extraordinary men and women of the IDF have shown the world how to fight. And many countries in Western...
What, you mean like bombing apartment buildings and turning most of Gaza to rubble, killing tens of thousands of children? That's that's Yahweh's light to the nations, showing the nations how to be moral, the most moral army in the world. This is like insane levels of gaslighting, I feel like.
Have shown the world how to fight. And many countries in Western Europe, which are going to face this violence, will be looking to Israel to see how they're going to fight. So the narrative is one thing, but action, I think, is even more important.
Oh, we're just a bunch of pussies. Look at this guy. We're just a bunch of pussies that won't fight evil, and the Jews have to show us how it's done. Wow, dude, the look. He's like, how you like that, Shaboskoy crowd? Is that not a catch?
I speak up.
Army commander. Good Catholic boy. Christian Zionist pastor Larry Hutch
said that's because...
Dude, he's got the alcoholic nose going on.
We have a television program that's on every day around the world. Every day we teach the Jewish roots of Christianity.
Yeah, the light to the nations is them blowing up the pagers of Hezbollah, showing the goy how it's done. Thank you, Macrometer.
Macrometer sent $50. Where does your morality come from without the Jewish God?
Yeah.
Huh? Trees taught you morality?
And then we go, Yahweh's not even moral. And they go, how do you even judge what morality is without Yahweh existing? Oh, checkmate. You can't prove me wrong without agreeing with me. He's in stage 3 liver failure as we speak. Yeah. A tree has better morality than Yahweh. So take the L.
We have a television program that's on every day around the world. Every day we teach the Jewish roots of Christianity. We teach that Moses was a Jew, Abraham was a Jew. Rabbi Lau is a great friend of mine, and the first time we met, we talked for 2 hours, and he said, how do you know the Torah? Because everything I teach from the Torah. And I said, because everything I study from the Jewish roots. And
yeah, and trees are actually real. Yahweh's not real.
And he said,
shout out Macrometer. We're going to close the show today with the new Macrometer mix, a new Jesus song called Yeshua HaMashiach. We're going to close out with that today. I haven't seen it yet still, actually. I retweeted it, but I'm looking forward to doing the live react on the stream.
He said that's because Christianity's base is Jewish roots. And I said, yes, sir. And he said, Jesus never stopped being a Jew. I said, I'm trying to tell the world.
No matter how much cope from these irrelevant, powerless e-crusaders, that is the fact.
And let me tell you something, the world is loving it. The evangelical, you know what they're saying to us? We knew we were missing something. And what they were missing was the roots of our faith, which is Israel and the Jewish people. I'll give you one example of faith-based diplomacy that we all...
It's funny how Jews hold a conference, and who do they bring in to be all of their allies? A bunch of Christians. Hello. Oh, not a PSYOP, though. Not a PSYOP. Their greatest soldiers and Torah defenders and Moshiach bowers in the world. Nothing they hate more than all the goy believing in Jewish prophecies and worshiping the God of Israel.
Do with Israeli Ally Foundation. For the last 7-8 years, I've been going to Brazil and teaching on standing with Israel, teaching loving Israel, teaching Judea and Samaria, not West Bank. And every year they do in Sao Paulo a march, 5.5 million Christians on the streets. Real numbers, 5.5 million. The last one we went to, they passed out 10,000 flags of Israel, and several times during the march, we would all stop with all the politicians, turn towards...
So even in Brazil, Christian Zionism is a big problem. This isn't just an American thing. 700 million Christian Zionists around the world, and the billions of Catholics are pretty much pro-Jewish and pro-Israel and anti-racist, or not even European to begin with. And then all these lying frauds, these despicable scumbag lying frauds all over the internet, lying and running cover for how Jewish all of it is.
Jerusalem and pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Let me encourage you. The evangelical world is standing with you, and they are being very vocal that it is Judea and Samaria. I think the next push that we give in Washington, we did it with the Golan Heights, the sovereignty of Golan Heights. I think the next push we're going to see is announcing that we will never call it the West Bank ever again. From now on, we will always acknowledge it as Judea and Samaria.
It's the West Bank. I'll never call it Judea and Samaria.
We have a
ever.
That's on every...
All right. More.
A lot for the nation of Israel, and we speak to mixed. We work a lot. Our ministry works a lot with the government of Israel.
This is like a Jewish game show, like Top Goy. Who can be the top goy? Who can be the biggest Shabbos Christian Noahide? Who can grovel the most? Who can worship Jews the hardest? It's the competition it turns into.
We work a lot. Our ministry works a lot with the government of Israel. We work a lot with Karen Hazot, doing projects over here. But because of that,
it's like Christianity is literally a Israeli government psyop at this point. Oh, but the whole thing couldn't be Jewish and fake in a psyop. No.
A lot with Karen Hazot, doing projects over here. But because of that, I travel a lot for the nation of Israel, and we speak to mixed crowds, Jews and Gentiles. And I always end whatever I'm saying with this to the Jewish people. Number one, we will never try to convert you. Matter of fact, we need you to be more Jewish tomorrow than you are today.
They're supposed to be Jewish until Jesus returns. There has to be a Jew still following their commandments, rejecting Jesus until he comes. In fact, Jews are supposed to not believe in Jesus. They're supposed to hate and spit and mock and reject Jesus. That's their role in the Christian story.
Because Judaism...
But yet they have to survive. They have to continue surviving until Jesus returns as the witness people. E. Michael Jones writes this in his book. Fuentes is a clip of him saying the same thing. They're instrumental and central to the beginning and end of the story. Inextricably linked.
The teachings of Moses is the foundation of civilization. So people ask me all the time, Jewish people, do you have a hidden agenda? I do. My daughter over there is single, and she needs a good Jewish boy.
Wow. Marry into the tribe. They're like, no, thanks. Sorry, no, we're not interested in your shiksa. Sorry, pastor. They're like, that's like a call to like steal her birthright. Because if the mom's not Jewish, then the kids aren't technically Jewish. So that's like, you just basically called to genocide a Jewish soul right there, Pastor.
So we always leave it with this. Number one, we'll never try to convert you. I read the Bible. God gave the Jewish people a covenant, and he said it was forever. And I looked up the word forever in Hebrew. I looked up the word forever in English and in Pig Latin. And the word forever means a covenant with God forever. We as Christians are grafted into you. Stay Jewish and be more Jewish. We need you. The second thing is, I make you another pledge. We'll never desert you. It doesn't matter. We will stand with you. We will stand with the nation of Israel.
Dude, this is definitely a just for men die job on this dude.
Israel will stand against, and a lot of my Jewish friends say, we hate hearing anti-Semitism's almost become a dripping faucet. It's Jewish hate. And we will stand with you for the nation of Israel, for Judea of Samaria, against Jewish hate. If I can use a little political license,
Greatest
the
soldier.
Bible says a three-stranded cord is not easily broken. I believe that three-stranded cord here tonight with this conference and around the world is God, the Jewish people, and evangelicals. And I read the end of the book. We're going to win. We're standing with you.
You see, the e-Crusaders online are never going to overcome this. Oh, shoot. They're never going to like take back their churches and become racist and anti-Semitic. They're powerless, anon, nobody, you know, idiots playing the heel and the villains in the Jewish story online, giving them headlines. And clearly the Christians are the greatest allies and supporters and defenders of like everything Jewish and the Jews. So by always counter signaling and attacking pagans and or secular people that are actually opposing Yahweh and Jewish prophecies and the Torah, all these e-Crusaders are doing are like the first line of defense, running cover for this, for Chabad, for everything. It can't get any more obvious than that. They'll counter signal and attack us while this is institutional Christianity.
We work a lot. Our ministry works a lot with the government of Israel. We work a lot with Karen Hazot, doing
pro-Israel wave.
See, they won't do anything to fix this in their churches, but they'll fight online all day, lying about me and so-called pagans online. That's what these Christians do. And then the people will say you're being divisive when we tell the truth. We call out this every day, and all they do is lie and slander and cope and bullshit in bad faith every time.
What we're seeing in Latin America is...
Wait. Who's this guy? See through it all. Latin America, Pastor Bramnick. Not only an American problem. This is spreading worldwide.
What we're seeing in Latin America, as you had said, is a major pro-Israel wave. And we need to be encouraged with the leadership of President Milei. I had the honor of inviting him to Mar-a-Lago to meet President Trump for the first time. His passion and his support in leading the Isaac Accords. And there's many, many nations that I believe now will be following suit. So we do see the hand of God, as you mentioned. We've got Paraguay. We now have Honduras back in hands of a president that's pro-Israel. Costa Rica, the president, Fernandez, said she will move the embassy to Jerusalem. There's so much hope.
And how are they doing all of this? Through Christianity. Through Christianity is how they're accomplishing all of this. They're doing Christian Zionism in China and Asian countries as well. Africa.
And expectation with what we're seeing in Latin America, and we're going to see that, I believe, somewhat as well in the Hispanic American community here.
And then the internet Christians just lie and go, there's nothing Judeo about Christianity. Meanwhile, it's all Judeo, and everybody knows it. And all of the institutional powers and churches and seminaries and every big denomination all call you heretics and throw you out of the churches and condemn you.
Here, but as was mentioned before, as we're hearing, there's two things. I remember we worked with Rabbi Shlomo Riskin, who was the former chief rabbi of Efrat, and he said there's two miracles in modern day that we see. Number one, it's the establishment of the nation of Israel, where God brought Israel back to the land after 2,000 years. And the second miracle, he said, is this new Jewish-Christian alliance. After 2,000 years of anti-Semitism within the Christian world, we are now working hand in hand. And there was, in the Bible, where Israel was being overwhelmed, the prophet's servant was scared, Gehazi, and Elijah said, Father, open his eyes that he would see that there are more with us than those that are against us. God is with Israel. The Christian Zionists are with Israel. And if God is with us, who can be against us?
Absolutely.
Satan. So anybody against them is Satan, Amalek, Esau, demons. And then what does that justify? Rising and killing first, waging war through deception. 30 likes. Hey, funny how none of the Christian controlled op will ever share these videos to point out the Christian problem. No, Chris Menahan, who clipped up this thing, seemed to leave out all the worst of the Zionist Christian cucking. And See Through It All had to go and clip all the actual good clips. Dude, they are complicit. The internet, e-crusader, Christian Muslim controlled opposition is complicit in all of this. They're not exposing it. They're not helping us sound the alarm on this. They're burying it and playing their controlled op in first line of defense. They are absolute lying, disgraceful, pathetic scum. These people online that lie every day. Mike Evans.
I can tell.
He's the one that did the Friends of Israel Museum in Israel, working with Netanyahu to, oversee the internet. He's the one that put up the big flags in Israel of Trump when he went and visited Israel. I forgot what they said now. He's the one that did the documentary about end times prophecies where America gets destroyed. Yeah, he hands out the Friends of Zion awards. Here's his book, The American Prophecies. He did a documentary like 20 years ago with Netanyahu about how if Edom turns against Israel, it will be destroyed by God. And what do we see right now with Trump? The narrative that he's backstabbing and portraying Israel and that America is turning anti-Semitic and they're not safe anymore. And here he is. This guy, more influence and rubbing elbows with powerful people and money and moving their agenda forward with guys like this, and there's hundreds of them, thousands, one of these guys has more influence than every Christian online, on Twitter, on Rumble.
I can tell you this. We're going to be celebrating America's 250th birthday very shortly. But 3,682 years before that birthday, Israel was born.
Oh, always has to be about them, huh?
And I'm not worried about
And it's his wrong time, too. We're going by a fake history of the Torah.
The future. Because Israel has a secret weapon.
The Torah?
It's called the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Hashem? Oh, but they're secular. Oh, they worship Baal. Oh, they secretly worship Satan. No, it's Yahweh. Like I always say, oh, it's not real Jews and they don't believe in Yahweh. And they're just, everything's about Torah and Yahweh. Like these people can't be helped, dude. The Goyim, I have so much Goyim fatigue. The Goyim are so retarded. It's absolutely pathetic.
I was reading in Zechariah this morning. It says, when all nations come against Jerusalem and try to move her, they will injure themselves. So I can tell you this. The future is bright for the state of Israel because there's a God who neither slumbers nor sleeps.
And Except for the big H, apparently.
The message,
especially for all the pogroms and persecutions, right? Well, he wasn't sleeping then. No, he was punishing them for sinning.
Asked to give was the uniqueness of the Christian Zionist relationships. The vast majority of professing Christians in the world are not Zionist. But the vast majority of Zionists in the world are Christians, not Jews. There's 750 million of us. We don't necessarily agree on all the political issues, but we do agree on the covenant. We do all agree, I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curse thee.
Favorite verse.
And I can tell you this, we have an office in the White House, and it's led by a very strong pro-evil evangelical.
Jews for Judaism.
Pro-evil. He Freudian slipped and said pro-evil. That's funny.
By a very strong pro-evil evangelical, Paula White. And we evangelical.
You got it right the first time. Pro-evil was correct. Paula White. Pro-evil. Pro-evil activist.
By a very strong pro-evil evangelical, Paula White.
Are you pro-evil or anti-evil?
Evangelicals are all pro-Israel. We're all strong supporters of Israel. So the future is not doom and gloom. I can tell you for sure. I'm sure of that.
Says the guy that believes in the Bible.
I can tell.
No doom and gloom. Mark Levin talks about Trump.
He inherited a disaster.
All the big Zionist stars are there.
I am very proud of President Trump. He's done tremendous things for the United States of America. Things that no other president has been willing to do. He inherited a disaster. An economy on its back, borders wide open, the effects of which are still being felt and that he's still trying to clean up. There's never been a president in American history who's done more to fight anti-Semitism, on college campuses, to enshrine in law and our Civil Rights Act that did not cover Jews, to have it cover Jews. His entire history in the private sector, his father's entire history in the private sector, was one of supporting Jews and fighting anti-Semitism. So when I see critics of Donald Trump from the Democrat Party, which is promoting and electing neo-Nazis, Islamists, wants to defund every aspect of our financial relationship with the State of Israel, that they go on these Sunday shows and they're constantly condemning the State of Israel. And when I see their media, whether in radio or TV, their podcasters, it's a disgrace. When I see what I call woke Reich, R-E-I-C-H, podcasters out there attacking the State of Israel and Netanyahu, some of them pretend we just have policy differences. That's not what they're attacking. They're attacking the right for the State of Israel to exist. They just don't have the guts to really say it, but it's true. And the growth of anti-Semitism
instead
by these woke right neo-fascists, it is a big deal. And some of us have to deal with it and confront it every single day. And when Donald Trump condemned them, basically banned them from MAGA, he'd had enough of them. That was an act of enormous courage. When Donald Trump had several Hanukkah parties, and my wife and I, and my mother-in-law, we were at one of them, and he said, I can't believe the extent of anti-Semitism in this country. What is going on? He was asking us. He has said that to me personally. It bothers him. He's using the government to fight it. They're trying to deport people who are these virulent anti-Semites coming mostly from the Middle East who shouldn't be here and shouldn't have been here before. He's got an enormously incredible record when it comes to promoting liberty, religious freedom, our Constitution, supporting Christianity, and supporting Judaism. He's a man of faith.
Yeah, he appreciates the support Trump gives to Christianity, and meanwhile, these idiots run around online like they're trying to destroy Christianity. I can't with the bad faith. With these bad faith people living in an alternate universe, more from
You see,
living
ladies
here.
and gentlemen, it exists. And then the Iranians did what that regime always does.
Yo, zero Fs.
Sent $0 on.
Thank
I've
you.
been listening to you and am seriously contemplating everything I was indoctrinated with as a child. And the Erica Kirk says this about Israel. Have you talked about how she misleads? Light blue heart emoji.
How she misleads, like, on Israel? Yeah, TPUSA are all a bunch of Christian Zionists. So, yeah. No, before I knew who Erica Kirk was, we were pointing... everybody knew TPUSA, what were the Zionist Christian top gatekeepers for the youth. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. You should be contemplating everything you learned as a child, zero Fs, because you were indoctrinated with a bunch of Jewish mythologies. Glad to have you here.
Starts reconstructing. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, it exists to destroy us. And they will tell you that Allah commands it. And they will tell you that the 12th Imam is among us.
Rabbis say the Torah commands them to destroy the idolatry of, Islam, the false teachings of Islam and Christianity, that those fall away and they all become Noahides. So, like, what's the difference?
But the 12th Imam will not appear, will not create prosperity, equality, paradise on earth, until all of you are dead.
Dude, and your rabbis say that until Edom is destroyed or Messiah comes and destroys Edom. Same thing. Dude, it's crazy how these Jews will get up here and point to, like, Jewish prophecies in Islam or Christianity as a threat and then completely ignore that they're the originators, like masterminds of these prophecy agendas. And the originators. Just wild.
Until the great Satan, the United States, is wiped out, and the little Satan, Israel, is wiped out, and then the rest of the Western Hemisphere, and any Muslims who don't agree with them too.
It's like the Jews get a pass on their end-time prophecy agenda because they point the finger and scapegoat the Muslims and then the Christians.
By the way, do you see what's going on in Gaza right now? Where Hamas is slaughtering Palestinians, Palestinians slaughtering Palestinians?
No, we see you bombing Palestinians in Gaza. Hey, he's like, you see these Hamas are genociding Gaza. You see this over here? No, that was you guys, actually. Yeah, Hamas, in a bold strategy, Hamas, just slaughter all their own people. Then they'll beat Israel. Bold strategy. Trump says, you better not do anything with those protesters. And it's like 45,000 protesters murdered in the streets.
Hear about it? You may hear. We don't hear about it in the United States. It's not on any of our broadcasts. The River to the Sea crowd's not out. None of them are anywhere. You hear nothing. Because it's never about humanity. It's about destroying Israel and the Jewish people.
Dude, he's like a comic book villain. I don't think they could get a worse spokesman than Mark Levin and Jonathan Greenblatt. Like, they look and sound and act like scary mob bosses. Can't just be me.
Stereotyping Jews is terrible.
This woman, too, arrogant Jewess Melanie Phillips, says America and Britain will not survive without doing the bidding of Israel.
Well aware.
Sounds like the same rhetoric that they always say.
Britain and Europe will not survive their cultural death wish. This week, I was horrified to see America moved alarmingly to join them. President Trump...
Dude, enough of the death wishes on Edom, all right? You will be destroyed. She's so crazy. It's like, no, if we don't support you, you would be destroyed. They fuel the anti-Semitism they run on. You're right, Daywalker Jones. This woman, too. It's like they know it. Dick Tracy villains.
Britain and Europe will not survive their cultural death wish. This week, I was horrified to see America moved alarmingly to join them. President Trump has not escaped the Iranian trap, as I think some of his comments today indicate he is well aware. Either he fights properly to defeat the Iranian regime, or America will be finished as a force to defend civilization itself.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Israel.
America will be finished. That's what they really want, it seems like, doesn't it? It's what they ultimately really want. They just hate Europe, hate white people for their temple, for the history of persecution. They don't hide this. Only sometimes they hide it and go, we're your greatest ally.
KD Hanzo sent $5. Can you talk full preterism? Is that the only way a Christian can claim to be anti-Zionist?
No. They can claim whatever they want.
Skunky
Every
Tron
Christian
sent
is a
$20.
Zionist.
Saw a bumper sticker at a light Noahide Laws, a path for all nations.
You saw Noahide in the wild with a bumper sticker? That's hilarious. You should have got a photo. I was at the county fair and there was the same booth I saw the year before, Yeshua HaMashiach pro-Israel Jew for Jesus tent. I took a photo too. I need to post that still. What was that one that I missed too? You said something? Hold on. There was a question I missed. KD Hanzo, can you... full preterism. That's where you think all the prophecies were already fulfilled in like 70 AD, right? No, you're still... If you worship the God of Zion, if you believe the Bible at all is legitimate, if you believe the prophecies are real, you're a Zionist. You believe in the God of Zion. What it says about Zion in there, you cannot worship that God and claim anti-Zionist. You can say you're anti-modern day state of Israel if you want, but anti-Zionist is a misnomer. You worship Zion.
Will not allow Iran to get the bomb. If necessary, with or without America, it will fight Iran alone. We Jews...
And to do that, they would have to nuke. They would end up nuking.
$10. I'm in Bolivia, right? Way too much Jesus stuff. It's already cheap here, and on top of that, I found a way to get 10 Bolivianos per dollar instead of the official saving lots of shekels. So here are a few for.
Thank you, Garrett. Bolivia, man. Would work bring you down there or something? That sounds kind of cool. Are you in a safe place? Dude, you found the money glitch?
We Jews believe, as was said earlier, that our historic mission is to be a light unto the nations. Israel...
Dude, this chutzpah, this arrogance, this collective narcissism that God chose you and you have a mission and a destiny to save the nations and to theologically conquer the nations as the light.
Israel can now be that light by showing America, Britain, and Europe how to fight, what it takes to fight.
So that's the new talking point.
How to survive and to live. Israel will survive because Israel will do whatever it takes to defend itself.
Yeah, you're the light to the nations, and we're just the evil darkness, klipa, shattered vessels of evilness from this evil other side. And you're going to show us all the light. And if we oppose the light, you're darkness and evil. Okay, funny how that works. But they get away with it because of Christians and Muslims, more so than anything, Christians and Muslims. Your fault. I blame you. I blame you for empowering this. I blame you for enabling this and being the codependents in this big Judeo LARP.
Now sent $10. My dad said this Iran war is in. He also said that about the Gulf War and the it is a.
Yep. Well, he could be right, though. They have a Bible plan, and then they start wars to fulfill it. That's the only sense that it would be right.
The heroic warrior nation defending the whole civilized world. This is the Jewish moment. Am Yisrael Chai.
Dude, every time she talks, she's a clip. Christianity tricking the Goyim into fulfilling Jewish prophecies from John Garada.
One brief bleed. The preachers aren't preaching. They're not necessarily knowledgeable about text. So as a result of that, just very briefly, because we're almost at a hard break, one belief that you think most Christians have wrong as a result of that. Just one brief belief.
God's eternal promises for the nation of Israel. The borders promised to Abraham will be fulfilled. Those borders given to Abraham have never been realized.
Hold on. This guy must be Greater Israel Project. Look the way he nods when he says the border given by God will be fulfilled.
Those borders given to Abraham have never been realized. Under the reign of the Messiah, they will be realized. God is not done. In fact, he's about ready to go to work with Israel like the world has never seen before, all based on his promise.
Jeez.
Preachers aren't preaching.
We're so cooked.
They're not
We're so cooked because of these Christians, dude. The Christians, slaves, and their controlled opposition. Forget the e-Crusaders. This is the #1 reason Christians cite for supporting Israel. Senior Fellow for the Center of Biblical Worldview.
A number of reasons to support Israel. There's going to be a little bit of theological difference among some camps, but fundamentally, we have a number.
Thank you,
Johan. $5. I wish that I could donate more, but we're paying for our Aryan Princess College so that she doesn't have any student loan.
That's good, Johan. Take care of your little Aryan princess. Appreciate the support.
Camps, but fundamentally, we have a number, including our Messiah, Jesus the Christ, is a Jewish Messiah. So God chose to cause the Messiah to be born out of the fulfillment of a Jewish line, and Jesus had fully Jewish skin and a Jewish body, and he lived in
a Jewish foreskin.
Middle East. He lived in a humble town, and so we recognize our Savior and our Messiah and our King as a Jewish Messiah and Savior and King. So that matters to us greatly. Christians have a
Jesus! Help me, Jewish God!
Somebody save us from the Christians.
Was a Jewish man who practiced. Our scripture doesn't teach replacement theology. We don't believe that Christians have taken the place of Jews. We believe that the Jewish people play a specific role in the final plan of God, and that all of us, we have been grafted in, that the Jewish people are the roots of Christianity. The God that I worship was a Jewish man who practiced Judaism, Jewish customs, and I'm not to abandon the Jewish people. My God tells me not to do that, and I also worship that God of Israel.
Wow.
The gospel was offered to the Jews first.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're such a little bitch.
We're not done.
The gospel was offered to the Jews first, and Jesus came as a Jew to fulfill all the promises in the Old Testament to Abraham and his seed. That's the Jews.
Our scripture doesn't teach replacement.
Check out this video Amalek made. Is Amalek in the chat? I haven't seen him today. Christianity in the Roman Empire. Oh, hold on.
Garrett sent $10 shortage. I work online, so I'm very nice apartment in Cochabamba for $1,000 per sunny every cheap. It's safe, but my bus from Santa Cruz was canceled due to protesters blocking had to.
Wow. Well, glad it's safe and you're living nice down there. Sounds cool. All right, here we go from Amalek's new video. Started in the Eastern Roman Empire, took over Northwest Europe, Africa, North Africa, spread into Russia and Asia, Islam pops up and takes over real quick. The Abrahamic mind virus. It's like a mold, an Abrahamic mind virus mold growing over the planet, infecting like a pandemic, infecting the minds of the world, and spread by force to gullible, illiterate peasants that were coerced and offered no options. Mongol. Mongol shrunk down. And they took over. The four corners of the earth, just like Yahweh foretold, like the knowledge of God, like the waters cover the sea. All these matters concerning Jesus of Nazareth and the Ishmaelite who arose after him serve only to strengthen the path for the King Messiah and to prepare the whole world to worship God together. Maimonides. By Moses again. The entire world has already become filled with the mention of Mashiach, Torah, and the mitzvah commandments. Through theological one God, Torah, judgment, an inevitable apocalyptic end. Isaiah 2:3, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Zechariah 8, in those days 10 men from the nations of every tongue shall take hold of the robe of a Jew, saying, you cannot oppose their prophecies while continuing to fulfill them. Dude, this is fire, Amalek. This is what we need. Good job.
I just simply look at them as my...
John Garata says, a cuck for Christ demolishes the racist Christians. Yeah, I've seen this guy. Who is he always? Oh, he's seething about Corey Mailer and Joel Webbin, I believe. He's correctly in down, huh? It must be a Rumble thing. Dang. Junit 8200 got us again. Yep, looks like Rumble's down. I have trouble with Rumble sometimes too. Like I'll try to watch something and the live stream won't play. So
you can't understand that the imputed righteousness of Christ and the presence of the Holy Spirit makes someone
conversions, Catholicism, through just people hearing the truth. And so to combat this, they have to push as much propaganda as they possibly can.
Yeah, and then they convert. There you go.
That's why they need to spread all the propaganda.
What does Eve have to say about this? I want to listen to Eve. I know, Rumble stream is down. Hey Eve, which religion spread more so by the sword? Christians.
Muslim armies had carved out a massive empire from Spain to India, conquering the Middle East, North Africa, Persia, you name it. Those early caliphates didn't mess around. It was straight up military expansion, and that's how Islam plants so fast. Christianity? It spread for the first 300 years, mostly by word of mouth, underground, while Romans were feeding Christians to lions. It only got real power after Constantine jumped on board in the 300s, and even then, the big sword swinging came later, like Charlemagne chopping down Saxons, or the Crusades and colonial stuff in the Americas centuries after. Islam's whole early game was conquest first, then the faith took root under Muslim rule. Christianity was more...
Okay, we get the point. Sneako's wrong. Everybody knows Islam spread by the sword. It wasn't Muslim Muhammad like a marauder or something too, like a bandit, a horse. Weren't they like horse bandit?
When they were...
All right, let's watch Rabbi. Oh wait, no, we skipped a bunch. Hold on. This one. Sneeko, visibly confused after this Muslim guest I've been seeing all over, said he'd be Jewish if he wasn't Muslim. That's hilarious. Yeah, you default back to the predecessor. He's like, if I wasn't Muslim, I'd just be a Noahide. It's like, bro, you guys are Noahides already.
Listen, if I wasn't,
they're gonna. He always says this, and they're gonna agree with him. Oh my God, watch, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, Rumble's down. Guys, I shared the link to Odysee in the Rumble chat, so go over there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, they default back to the source because they still believe the prophecies. But if like this is what like Tovia Singer tries to do with Jesus. He tries to argue that Jesus didn't fulfill prophecy, and then hopes that the Christians will drop Jesus and just become Noahides and still believe the Bible. That's why it's so important. We have to deconstruct all of the Bible, and people that believe in Jesus not get debunked and then become Noahides. They get debunked and they realize the whole thing's a scam.
Listen, if I wasn't a Muslim, I would be a Jew. I'm talking about theologically. They believe in one God, no statues, none, right? So that stuff.
No, they commit more shirk than the Christians.
See, you couldn't get any more obvious how kosher Islam is when you hear a Muslim say something like that. If he wasn't Muslim, he'd be Jewish because it's so similar. And he's right. It's crazy. Crazy. Where's the sound effect? Fuck! I need to get that. I say that every time.
Listen, if I wasn't a Muslim, I would be a Jew. I'm talking about theologically. They believe in one God, no statues, none, right? So that stuff.
No, they commit more shirk than the Christians.
Well, it depends what sect and depends what.
No, rabbinical Judaism, they kind of make themselves divine. Just the fact that they're the chosen people, that's associating others with God. They think that there's something divine within them that makes them superior to the Goyim. That is more.
Dude, that's what the Torah says. You act like the Jews are like reading the Old Testament and then making up that they're the chosen people or something. I mean, there is no God, so you should blame the people that claim to speak for God, but if you believe in their God like Sneeko does, he says he says Judaism is a good religion too, a beautiful religion, and he thinks God gave the Jews the Torah. Dude, the Noahide, brown clown, Duganist clown show.
They kind of make themselves divine. Just the fact that they're the chosen people, that's associating others with God. They think that they're...
Yeah, well, you believe they're the chosen people though. So what are you complaining about?
Something divine within them that makes them superior to the Goyim. That is more shirk than any Christian.
I'm talking about how they view God. Forget how they view themselves.
They kind of view themselves as godly if they're chosen.
And listen, I agree, they're arrogant as fuck, but I'm talking about not associating anything with God.
Themselves. That arrogance transcends arrogance. That's divinity at a point. If you believe you're chosen, that's idolatry. Christians.
No, dude, God is opposed to idolatry. The goal of his chosen people is to destroy idolatry and oppose idolatry, basically. Sneeko is so dumb. Oh, they think they're chosen, so that means they think they're God. No, they actually say nobody can be God. God is not a person. He's a oneness.
Divinity at a point. If you believe you're chosen, that's idolatry.
So God was idolatry because he chose a people. The Bible clearly says they're the chosen people. So God was doing idolatry. God's idol is the Jews. What is he even saying?
Christians believe in three. They believe in themselves.
Again, surface level.
Dude, imagine all the retards. Show me the white Sneeko fan, by the way. The white Sneeko. All these people that learn about Jews from retard Noahides like Sneeko aren't going to make it.
Statues, no pictures, no idols, only praying to God directly.
Dude, he just might as well just get a big N tattooed on your forehead for Noahide. This is what you kvetch about? Oh, my idols. My blasphemy, my idols. Like, all right, Rabbi. He literally says if he wasn't Muslim, he'd be Jew. Amalek says he learns everything about Jews from Sneeko, Jake Shields, and Fresh and Fit. Dude.
Again, surface level. No statues, no pictures, no idols, only praying to God directly.
But the statues and pictures are themselves. It's like that's far worse than.
I get what you're saying, but I'm talking about surface level.
No, they don't make What is he talking about, dude? This is the worst cope you could come up with.
Simplistic understanding of the faith, bro.
The only reason the Jews hate Jesus, Christianity so much is because it's making God a man. But Sneeko's like, but they think they're gods and they're all God. They're statues. He's so stupid. So stupid, Sneeko. Even your friend knows you're stupid right now.
I'll take Christian over that. I'll take it.
Look at this. Hassan Ali says, theologically, Jews are better than Christians. Hey, how's that Christian-Muslim alliance working out, Groypers and Nick Fuentes? Oh, my God, dude. Sneeko is a never-ending stream of retarded clips. Sneeko asked Jewish rabbi how to become Jewish.
I want to be. But how do you become Jewish?
Oh, if it's really interesting, it's not the Jewish people resist.
Garrett sent $5. Saw a really good video by an ex-Muslim called 1984 in Islam. Had lots of clips of Muslims I had never seen. 45 will post link in chat as not necessarily for anyone.
Clips of Muslims doing what?
To become Jewish, why? Because it's
like how can Sneeko say he thinks Judaism is a beautiful religion and that the Torah was given to the Jews by God, and then turn around and say, oh, but the Jews like read what it says and it says they're chosen, so that means they think they're God and it's idol worship.
So much you have.
So you don't want us to become Jewish?
No. If somebody wants,
I want to become Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long does it take? I know you have to speak to a rabbi court.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a Chabad house. You know Chabad house?
Chabad Lubavitch?
No. On the phone. Where do you live?
I live in Manhattan. I live here.
Okay. So
what do I look up?
Chabad house.
I'm not muted, dude. There's no muted. That might just be you.
Chabad house?
Yeah. The close Chabad house. Just for one of the Chabad houses. There's like every 5 kilometers.
But how long does it take?
It's changes from person to person.
Average,
I think,
Dude, is this inspiring philosophy? That's who I see here. Is that IP? IP's all true identity? Dude, look at this guy too. Yikes, dude. These beards. And this one, dude, this guy looks like he's straight out of The Hobbit. Doesn't he look like he's from like Lord of the Rings?
It's like 2 years.
2 years. Because to become Christian, they say Jesus saves.
Yeah, because we want the inner soul.
Well, I'm not muted on my OBS, so Rumble's just messed up. It's back and it's just not working. You got to go to Odysee. We're not muted on Odysee, right?
The inner soul. And to become Muslim, they just say Shahada.
Yeah.
This is a long process.
Yeah.
And very complicated. So is it better to follow Noahide laws or better to become Jewish?
Yeah.
You want Goyim to follow Noahide.
Yeah.
Why is this better?
Hey, retard, you're already a Noahide according to them. Maimonides says Islam is almost a perfect Noahide religion. If you're kvetching about blasphemy and idol worship, and you think that God gave Torah to the Jews, you're a Noahide.
Garrett sent $5. Well, in 1984, ignorance is strength. War is peace, and slavery is. He gives examples of how Islam embodies all of.
Okay, I saved it for watch later. I'll check it out.
Specific ways that everybody in the world will make. Like one of them, it's not to kill each other.
Yeah.
One of them, it's not to
steal.
Cruel.
Don't be cool.
It's like the basic stuff, and that's it.
Basic stuff.
Basic stuff.
Do you support Israel?
We live in Israel.
You live Tel Aviv, Haifa, Jerusalem?
One of Jerusalem.
Oh, okay. Do you like Ben Gvir? You see what he said today about Lebanon? Ben Gvir? You know, like, he said he wants to destroy Lebanon.
No political.
Oh.
No political.
The Bible not goes to this area.
Oh, okay.
I just want to be a good person.
Well, if you're from Israel, why are you in America?
We have stuff to do here.
Business?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here's where Rabbi Mizrachi calls him a clown. Everybody calls him Brown Clown. That's his nickname. He calls him a clown and a chimpanzee. That is so funny.
We'll show
Mizrachi W. Dude, this is a Mizrachi W. I don't even have to watch. If he calls him a monkey and a clown, dude, where's the Aryan Mizrachi memes, dude? Let me see him.
They watch my debate with a Christian professor. Thousands have changed their life. Goyim. Now, many Muslims are now very interested in Judaism. Why? There's one Muslim clown, someone who converted to Islam, supposedly somebody on social media, has millions of views, millions of followers, likes to laugh a lot, to cut parts from the lecture and laugh under the picture. You know how they are? It's a new style now. like a little chimpanzee on the corner laughing. And you have many other chimpanzees out there in the jungle, and they laugh with him. But we have a say in the Torah, צוחק מי שצוחק אחרון. Doesn't matter who laughs now. Laugh all you want. We will see how you laugh when you stand in front of Hashem for your trial. Good luck trying to laugh there. When they will show you your stupid laugh, making laugh at things. By the way, you should know that a lot of the listeners over there became fascinated with my lectures. I'm beginning to get more and more emails every day. I'm Muslim, I found you here, I found you by Tucker, I found you by Candice, I found you by the snake. Every one of them have a name. Snake-o.
Snake-o.
Snake, Snake-o, Sneeko. 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 Adam and Eve and the Sneeko. So, whatever. So, you know, Baruch Hashem, they have a...
Oh, dude, Rabbi's got jokes. Adam and Eve and the Snake-o. That's funny. Common... He shouldn't be insulting chimpanzees.
They watch my debate with a Christian professor.
W. Okay, here's Sneeko kvetching that he called him out.
Snake-o, Sneeko. 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 Adam and Eve and the Sneeko. So, whatever. What?
Oh, there's, of course, 5 seconds of watching Sneeko and we hear his cringe sound effect already. Come on.
What did I do? Yo, Rabbi was right. All I did was laugh at some clips, and now I'm the snake from Adam and Eve? He said he was too busy to do an interview. It's supposed to happen on June 27th. He's here seething at Torah lecture about me? What did I... Torah lecture? Let's just have a conversation. Well, I just want to ask you some questions.
There's one Muslim clown, someone who converted to Islam.
I'm a clown now.
Brown clown, dude. Even Mizrachi's calling him a brown clown. Dude, Aryan Mizrachi W. Dude, come on. Fact check true. Brown clown Sneeko, fact check true. Thanks, Amalek, for the Aryan Mizrachi clip. Dude, wrecked. Sneeko felt it.
I'm a clown now. But nothing but nice, bro. Nothing but nice. Look, I offer an olive branch of unity, of Muslim-Jewish unity, Look how I'm treated. Look how I'm treated. They cry out as they strike you, as they say, right? But nothing but nice, communicate it well. And then he's right. He said in those debates that he'll speak to anybody in interviews. I say, hey, let's have a conversation. I like your lectures. I like what you speak about. And now I'm a Muslim clown, bro. Now I'm a Muslim clown at Torah lecture. Instead of teaching about the Torah, he's seething and chimping out, calling me a chimp.
Are you mad, Sneeko? That hurt, huh? Okay, there's some scandal going on in the Jewish community between some of these Chabadnik Orthodox Jews and Rabbi Shmuley and his daughter, starting because Clavicular did a photo op with this Yossi Chabadnik guy that does the tefillin on everybody. I'll find that in a second. Here's Nick responding to that.
When do I get my tefillin? Clavicular, hook me up. Yo, Clav, hook me up with that guy. I need my tefillin stat. I am catching the next flight to Miami, and I am getting my tefillin with that nigga because I am not one of you people. I am not a stupid goy. Get me my tefillin, place a small cube on my forehead, and tell me what to say. Because damn. Nail a mezuzah to my door, put the cube on my head because I am not.
All right. So he said that. Hold on. I got to find Clavicular doing that too. We got to show that. Apparently he's got a new Jewish. No, maybe they're AIing that. Shoot. He put on the tefillin with the Yossi guy. I'll look for it. Here's Rabbi Shmuley kvetching. He says, can't believe a Chabad influencer wrote this. So many young Chabad are lost. This guy said, is this an early sign of Moshiach? And Shmuley's kvetching. Here's his daughter kvetching too.
Because inside in France we don't.
Show you guys taking care of us. There's two.
Oh wait, no, this isn't it. It's this one. Oh my God. Hold on. See, this guy talk about for clicks. He raps tefillin with everybody. Oh wait, no, media. There he is with Clav.
We're here with Clav in Miami at the Grove, trying challenge for the first time. Let's hear your review.
And just like chili.
Tastes like chili, but better.
Yeah, I think so.
The Jewish chili.
I like it.
We're here with Clav in Miami.
When do I get my...
Okay, we saw that. Where's the one of Shmuley's daughter kvetching? I missed the clip.
Two more of my assistants. Show you guys taking care of us. There's two more of my assistants coming. If that's okay in a little bit. Yeah. Same.
The same people.
Thank you, sir.
Just you have to remove the kippah and remove it. Because inside in France we don't take religious taking clothes.
No, come on. I mean, like, what? That's crazy. It's his religion, you know. It's his religion.
Club owner tells Clav his friend has to remove the kippah, religious covering, to come in, but Clav wasn't having it.
Yes. He can't. I'm not gonna ask him to take it off.
Yeah.
That's no way. They're saying that you need to take off your kippah, and I said absolutely not. Yeah. No worries, brother.
Small hat solidarity.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay, here's the one I was looking for.
What is wrong with us? This kid, Yossi Pharaoh, I think his name is, takes a cool, funny video with Clavicular, the same Clavicular who was doing a Nazi salute and singing Heil Hitler in a club in Miami with the foremost neo-Nazis of our time.
Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler! They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. say on Twitter.
Of America because long. He hangs out and does hour-long live stream.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? The foremost neo-Nazi of our time. You mean a couple brown Muslims? And a Catholic?
With Nick Fuentes, who believes that Jews should be forced out of America because they've taken over politics and culture. We never learn. People hate us and they demonize us, and then we grovel at their feet. We're not as bad as Hitler said, we promise. I know you saying Heil Hitler with Andrew Tate and Nick Fuentes and Sneeko.
What, you think it's better strategy to say you're just as bad as he said? Is that a better strategy?
Demonize us, and then we grovel at their feet. We're not as bad as Hitler said, we promise. I know you saying
so I guess you want us to think that you are as bad. Okay.
Heil Hitler with Andrew Tate and Nick Fuentes and Sneeko and Myron Gaines, but taste our challenge. I promise we're not as weird as you think. It makes me sick. And the irony in Meaningful Minute posting this video when their bio is, follow us for inspirational Jewish content. I'm Nachi Gordon and this is Meaningful Minute. We're like a bunch of fools, like the king's jester jumping around, juggling, trying to convince people that we're not as bad as you think. You guys just don't understand. The culture is changing. Hating Jews, praising Hitler, doing a Hitler salute, it's becoming completely normal. And what are we doing? We're smiling and laughing with the people doing it. Do you like our challenge? Isn't it delicious? It's disgusting, it's pathetic, and it's a betrayal of the Jewish people.
Shmuley's daughter's mad. Nick explains why he would side with Rome in a hypothetical war between the Vatican and America.
You said you would side with Rome in a war between Vatican City and America. Doesn't this show why Americans since the founding have distrusted Catholics, that they are more loyal to a supranational organization than the nation they live in? Isn't that exactly what you accuse the Jews of?
The supranational organization is Jesus Christ Church.
Yeah.
You belong to a...
Yeah, global Jewish king worship. Global Jewish messianism. Yeah, that's what it is. He's like, what? You think we're supposed to be America first, not Jesus first, not international Jewish Messiah first?
Church. You belong to a supranational organization. It's called God's Church. Yeah, I'm going to side with God every time over the CIA. I'm going to side with God. Yeah, I know it's crazy.
Last week you said you would side with Roman.
Yeah, like I've always said, not a white supremacist, a Catholic supremacist. Not America first, Jesus first. Jewish Jesus first, and creator of the universe. Offer some advice to Super Chatter who struggles to believe in the Eucharist. Okay, let's hear from the guy who's having trouble with his magic blood ritual.
As a Catholic, I struggle to believe in the Eucharist when I receive it or in adoration despite understanding the arguments given for it, such as transubstantiation / John 6. I know you tell people to ask their priest about such things, but I would like to know your opinion. Do you have any thoughts / tips? Thanks.
He has a hard time believing that a couple magic words turn grape juice into the literal blood of Jesus to be drunk like cannibals. Let's hear this. Saint Francis of Assisi. Let's hear what he has to say.
Tips on what? Believing in God? What is even this? What are we even doing in the super chats? Who asks this? I'm having trouble.
Who believes it? That's the real question. Who believes in magic Jewish blood prayers? That's the real question. Don't get mad at the question. People having trouble with nonsense.
Believing in God. Any tips? Yeah, it's one of the mysteries. The mystery of faith. They literally say it right before it occurs. Isn't that they literally?
It's a mystery that we think some magic words turn wine into blood. It's a mystery, goy.
They say that right before it happens. Let's begin the mystery of faith. I can't wrap my head around it. Gee, because it's a fucking mystery? You think that's maybe part of it? The mystery of faith? It's mysterious. So
it's not mysterious. It's nonsense that you all pretend to be real and believe in. That's the mystery. It's just total bullshit that everybody agrees on that they're going to pretend is real. That's the mystery.
Oh, you know, if you have a hard time with the concept of not being able to wrap your head around things, maybe religion isn't for you, because that's sort of the whole point. If it was accessible and comprehensible, it probably wouldn't be divine. It probably wouldn't be God. I would pray on it. That's where faith comes in. Faith comes in because you find it hard to believe.
Pray that you believe. Pray that your brain shuts off. Your prefrontal cortex shuts off so you can believe in the nonsense of Christianity in the Bible and the magical Jewish blood, the blood of the lamb, the Jewish blood magic rituals. Pray that your brain turns off to believe such bullshit.
But you believe in God, you understand the logic, so you say, well, then it must follow. And even though I don't really get it, that's sort of what faith is. I can't really wrap my head around this mystery. Yeah.
Faith is believing in stupid stuff that has no evidence. That's what faith is. And it's not a virtue. Yeah. So have blind faith in bullshit and don't think for yourself. Exactly.
Well, if there was an easy way to wrap your head around it, it would kind of break reality. I think it would kind of unravel a lot of different things.
Oh, it's so deep. It's so deep and mysterious because it's just stupid.
Any tips? I also love that. I'm having trouble believing in transubstantiation. Any tips on what? Believing in it? Well, if you don't believe in it, though, you
something so stupid, Nick?
Good question. Somewhere else.
Drew sent $5. Maybe religion isn't for you, says the guy representing the religion that forced itself upon half the world through the sword.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're not smart enough to get the mystery. Is that why every other dumbass throughout history believed this stuff based on faith alone? Jones has on this conspiracy kook grifter Billy
inside
Carson
of a creation
to shill the Bible. More kosher conspiracies that validate the Bible. Let's see.
The Bible is right. The Quran is right. The Bible is right. The Quran is right. The ancient spiritual sages are right. We're living inside of a creation. What now we're beginning to find out is what is this creation actually made of? And it appears to be a fractal holographic matrix made of light. And it seems to be imbued with some type of divine programming and some type of divine energy. So this discovery just breaks apart all theories, because now I believe that there is a God. I believe that there's a creator, because the mathematics, the science, and the programming is telling us that this is a creation.
Oh my God. The Bible's real. Hey, here's some kosher conspiracy grifter to come on and tell you the Bible is real. Hey, the conspiracy to Bible pipeline, full spectrum dominance, monopolizing the opposition, keeping it on the kosher plantation. This is so funny. ADL getting raked over the coals. They added goy slop to their definition of hate speech or whatever. ADL writes, a slur doesn't stop being a slur because teenagers start using it. Today, the New York Times On Language column treats the anti-Semitic slur goy slop as a fun linguistic curiosity rather than what it is, a term rooted in white supremacist conspiracy theories. Normalizing this kind of language is dangerous. Quote-unquote, quote, goy slop is not just edgy slang. It combines goy, the Hebrew word that colloquially refers to Jews to non-Jews, with slop to promote a conspiracy theory that Jewish people deliberately poison non-Jews with cheap food to keep or distractions and entertainment to keep them docile. Or religion. Christianity's goy slop. Christianity, the original goy slop. We have a meme of like the Torah, the Bible, and it says like goy slop something. Yeah, only they can call us goys in a derogatory way, but we're not allowed to like appropriate it as our own to raise awareness about it. No, then it's evil. You can't reappropriate the slurs they have for you. It's like saying, does ADL write articles that blacks can't say the N-word? The Holy Book of Goy Slop, yeah. It was coined and spread by anti-Semites and white supremacists. No amount of teenage adoption changes that origin. Sorry, dude. Goy slop is a term now. Everybody's using it. Deal with it, ADL. Find something else to cry about. This just looks pathetic. Goy is our word now. Yes. Yeah, they genuinely hate. They don't like anybody being aware of how they view goys. Goyim. Because that opens up a whole can of worms that they don't want getting out too much. Normies know goy slop. Yeah, Epstein was calling us goyim. Such terms spread negative stereotypes and conspiracy theories. Their normalization is exactly what the bigots who coined them aspired to be. A bit more on this here. Although it is a community note on ADL, let's see. Although it is the subject of much debate, many Jews and non-Jews considered the word goy to be a Hebrew Yiddish slur for non-Jews and not inherently a neutral word. They have a slur, but we can't. We're bad for using it ourselves. Oh, here's some additional words from Osmogold. Goy nip. That's weed or any distraction. Goy slop. Goy beam. Goy cattle. Goy looping. When a fat or retard. Oh, how about goy splaining? That's another one. Hey, Goy, quit trying to goy-splain the Torah to these Hebrew-speaking Jews. How about that? Enough of the goy-splaining. Goy slop. A term rooted in white supremacist conspiracy theories. No, it's not a conspiracy theory. Oh, maybe the idea that they feed us poison. I don't even think anybody, like, it's just like ubiquitous with anything bad. It's not like anything that we call goy slop, we're saying like a Jew made that. Gentiles can shill goy slop too. Christ cucks are goy splainers. Yeah, goy nip. Goy nip is weed. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it here. This will all go good with, no, maybe this will work actually. Remember when Zack Snyder depicted Norse gods being mocked by Jesus? Christ is king, says Kang Min Lee, some Asian Christian influencer. 19,000 likes. Yeah, wow, Jews mock native religions and promote Jewish goy slop called Christianity. It's obvious why you are attracted to it. Yeah, so when Jewish propaganda Netflix, as they say, does a pro-Christian message hating on Nordic God and the Christian celebrates it and you pretend that there's nothing they hate more, it was us that was sharing this clip, raising awareness, saying, hey, look at this Netflix mainstream media entertainment doing a pro-Christian thing, hating on Nordic paganism. And then these Christians turn around and act like this is some big W. Might as well share a rabbi celebrating Jesus conquering paganism and say, oh, take that, pagans.
They don't want to understand goys. They want to dominate goys and shut goys up.
Yeah, they don't even want anybody knowing that they think of us as different. Definitely not like the masses. It's just crazy the lack of self-awareness that you go, oh, and something, your gods are owned by Marvel, something, your gods are comic book characters. Yeah, if anything, this just proves our point. Oh, I think Zack Snyder, I saw he was Mormon, so some Christian Zack Snyder for Jew flicks, as these guys would probably say. Oh, nothing they hate more than Jesus. Is that why Netflix is putting out a special where Jesus mogs Thor and Odin? I think it's just Odin. 20,000 likes. Yeah. Huge W. Huge Netflix W for you, huh? I saw a whole lot of Christians seething about pagans online the last few days. Very divisive. Very divisive for all these Jesus firsters that insist on everybody bowing down to the Jewish God and believing that the Jews were ever chosen. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe Amalek will join. I'll ask if Amalek to join to go through some of this retarded stuff. I don't know if I can handle it right now. Too stupid. We'll cover that. And I got a bunch of bookmarks on my Instagram, a bunch of kosher disinfo Instagram viral videos to go through. So maybe Amalek will join me tomorrow. I'll see if he's busy. And I appreciate you guys for the support. That is all for today. We're going to go out with the new song, Yeshua HaMashiach, from our very own Macrometer. So let's check this out. And you guys know what to do. Comment below, share the stream, share the links, tell your friends, sign up to Substack or Subscribestar and support the show. And I will see you guys same time tomorrow. Oh, and if you're a member of the Substack private Zoom call book club, we're doing another chapter tonight, 8 p.m. And I also have a setup. I'm seeing a lot of new ritual sacrifice. The singer guy, Oliver Tree. I'm going to do an Oliver Tree stream one of these nights about that new celebrity Illuminati ritual killing theories and some of his stuff. It should be interesting. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Shout out to Evan Williams. He's my brother in white Christ.
Shout out Evan Williams.
Mashiach first. Hey, hey, hey. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Hey, hey, amethyst color Eucharist. Go hair smell like frankincense. Myrrh hashish made by temple priests. I'm the great white beast of the Middle East. In the lab with mid-rash until it was gas. Used the Septuagint, fuck the facts. Pretended it was wrote in the past, but now the story too loose. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach.
Okay, this goes hard.
Moving weight, flipping drugs. Yeah. Peter, Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John never walked the path I was on. The path to the Father is through His Son, but they didn't write until I was done. I was on the cross to be the boss. Y'all looking like sheep, Goyim and lost. I'm the word manifest by men in cloth, using passion to remember who got the sauce. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Don't believe the hype, I was white. Yeshua is a European name. My eyes are blue, and I'm 7'2". And I definitely was not a Jew. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs. Yeshua HaMashiach. White rabbi to the Goyim dogs. Yeshua HaMashiach. 12 disciples moving weight. Flipping drugs.